The day my husband walked into the lawyer office holding my best friend's hand, everyone expected me to cry, beg, or fight for our marriage. Instead, I smiled, signed every divorce paper without reading twice, and quietly wished them a happy future together. What happened next left everyone in that courtroom speechless. My husband's confident smile disappeared the moment my lawyer opened a single financial document that revealed a secret I had protected for years. By the time the hearing ended, Karma had already started collecting every debt they owed. Before we continue, if you enjoy emotional family dramas with unforgettable karma endings, subscribe now because every story on this channel is inspired by true events and real-life lessons. For more than 12 years, they shared birthdays, holidays, vacations, and family dinners. The best friend slowly became part of their daily lives. She often joked that the narrator had no ambition while she enjoyed expensive handbags, luxury vacations, and social media attention. The narrator ignored every insult because she believed true friendship survived small jealousies. Unfortunately, she never realized that jealousy had already become obsession. One afternoon, the narrator returned home early after an important business meeting. She discovered her husband and best friend embracing inside the living room. Neither looked guilty. Instead, they admitted they had been seeing each other for almost a year. Her husband calmly explained that he wanted excitement, beauty, and someone who understood success. He assumed the narrator would never survive financially without him because he believed she earned almost nothing. At this point, if this story surprises you, take just a second to like and share this video because your support helps us bring more unforgettable karma stories every week. The divorce process moved quickly because the narrator refused every emotional argument. She accepted every insult with unusual calmness. Her husband proudly demanded the family house, savings, and investments, believing she had no assets of her own. Even her best friend laughed while telling relatives that the narrator would soon be forced to start over with nothing. Secretly, however, the narrator hired one of the most respected private investigators in the city. Within weeks, undeniable evidence exposed hidden bank accounts, expensive gifts, fake business expenses, and years of financial deception that both of them believed nobody would ever discover. During the final court hearing, the husband's attorney confidently argued that his client deserved most of the marital assets because he had always been the primary provider. The narrator remained completely silent until her lawyer placed several sealed folders on the judge's desk. Inside those folders were tax records proving the narrator earned several $100,000 every year through businesses she owned before the marriage. Even more shocking, the family house had been purchased entirely with her personal investment income. The husband had unknowingly been living in a home that legally belonged to the woman he believed was financially helpless. The courtroom became completely silent. The husband's attorney immediately requested a private discussion after realizing every assumption they built their case around had collapsed. The best friend looked terrified as investigators presented additional evidence showing that expensive gifts and luxury vacations had been secretly funded with money taken from shared household accounts. Facing overwhelming evidence, the judge awarded the narrator nearly everything protected under the law. The husband not only lost the house, but also faced repayment obligations and possible fraud investigations. As they walked outside the courthouse, the best friend quietly abandoned him after realizing there was no fortune waiting for her anymore. Several months later, the narrator purchased a peaceful home overlooking the ocean and continued expanding her businesses. She never celebrated revenge because true victory was rebuilding her life without bitterness. One afternoon, she received a short message from her former husband asking for another chance. She deleted it without replying because some chapters deserve endings instead of second chances. Real wealth is not measured by money. It is measured by self-respect, patience, and the courage to let karma finish the work you never needed to do yourself. If this ending reminded you that betrayal never wins forever, subscribe, like, and share this story with someone who believes karma always arrives exactly when it should.